Okay, I am back from another range trip with the Rost Martin RM1C comp and the regular Rost Martin RM1C with no comp. Okay, so when I first got this gun, there was a lot of things that went wrong. First, I was attempting to buy this gun with this upper, but unfortunately, the seller didn't specify it very well, so I ended up with the old RM1C. So anyway, I just ordered the RM1C and I took it to the range. And I gotta say, I really hated the trigger. So I'm sure you've seen in the other video, I hated the trigger that came with the gun, like stock from the gun from the factory. And yeah, so the first thing I did after my first range trip was upgrade that trigger, and I got their performance trigger. This is way better, and let me just do a little demo. This is the take up. Like, take up is this much, and I'm right at the wall. The previous one was mushy and it was a heavier pull. And the one thing that kind of is consistent but got way better is the reset. So this is the reset. The reset kind of pushes my hand a little bit, kind of like flicks it a little bit. So that was a little weird. I didn't like it in this tool when I first tested it at home. After it reset, the follow-up shots felt way better than the old trigger. So I really like if you get the RM1C, you just get the upgrade. It is not cheap, but it's not extremely expensive as well. It's like about $90, so 90 something dollars. So definitely upgrade the trigger. I personally do not like that heavy trigger. This is not a light trigger as well, but the take up is just way better. The take up is like this much, and I'll take this over um, the old heavy pull. And this is about 3.5 pounds. For me personally, that is around the the poundage, I guess if that's really a word. Around that's the weight limit for me to feel very comfortable with a gun. Anything heavier just throws off my shots. I don't really like that, and I don't tend to like quickly pull, so that's good for me. Moving on to the overall experience, I really didn't want to rush to make another video because, like, with this thing, from the beginning, nothing was going as planned. Um, the first thing I didn't really like was this plate system they have. It's just awful. One suggestion I would make for Ross Martin, I don't know if they would even care to listen to me, but yeah, just don't like just put it like directly, make a direct mount, and then if the customer wants, RMR is way popular than any other optic, so put on RMR, and if they are interested, if people want to use a different plate system, sell the RMR to Delta. For example, this one's a Delta Point Pro. Just convert it to like sell plates to convert RMR to Delta Point or whatever. And I think that's way better than just making up your own plate. And this plate is super thick. I'm not gonna use this one much, so I didn't change the irons on this, but it requires suppressor height sights, like to use an optic because it's gonna be completely covered. I mean, granted, this Siley has a very thick, it has a very thick, I don't know, wall here, but I mean, most sites do have the thick walls. I mean, these two are comparable, to be honest. Yeah, actually, the vortex is a little bit higher, and even with that, like even for the vortex, like I'm barely. I don't know if you can see. I am barely co-witnessing, barely co-witnessing. The good thing is that the vortex itself has like a little bit of a rare iron sight here, a little bit of a cut for it. So you can actually just try to match it up with the front sight. With that said, yeah, the optic plate system, I don't like it. I wish they can just put it direct mount on their slide. I wonder if there is a problem with licensing. Maybe that's why they are doing this. But if there was a licensing problem, then they wouldn't be selling the plates. So it just doesn't make sense to me why they would use a plate system instead of just direct mount. So that's one gripe that that kind of like extended the life of this video pretty much, I can say. So yeah, I did first run this with irons, and I suck with irons. I mean, I'm not completely awful. I do hit my target, but it's a little bit sparse. I don't have like tight groups, so I'm getting better. But yeah, I did not like. I didn't give this upper a fair shake, so I run it again. When I run it the second time, in terms of accuracy, I feel like this was easier to shoot and be on target than this. So I ran them back to back at 5, 7, and 15 yards. And
Okay, so I ran a comparison not only between the RM1C and the RM1C comp, but also with the MC9 and MC9 Prime, just to see the difference a compensation makes between two different platforms, the Rost Martin RM1C and the Canik MC9.
Okay.
At the beginning, my camera was not
MC9.
working, so I missed a couple of the guns, but it starts off with the third attempt at 3 yards with MC9 and then continues from there.
I love this gun. I have to admit, this is a very, very good shooting gun. Oh my god, even without the comp, it feels so good. And the non-comp version, and then I'll swap it out. Oh my god. Alright, moving on to my this way, so to my C9. I'm just making the hole bigger. This is a really good gun. It's very snappy, but I'm very good with it. I've shot it so many times. Alright, the MC9 Prime. This is very soft compared to this. And then I'm moving on to the comp version. Comp RM1C at 5 yards. Cannot complain. plane. Really, really good shooting. Alright, again, RM1C, comped. Oh, first malfunction. It did fire, but this one felt super underpowered for whatever reason. Let me make sure, because that didn't seem okay. Let's see if my barrel didn't get any squib moved. No. Yeah, I shot 3 and I see 3 spots. Didn't reach. What is going on? Yeah. I don't feel comfortable with this thing. This batch is not working out well. Redo it. Still the same spot. Still solid. Yeah, it didn't seem normal to be here. Look, another one. There's a lot of burns. Something is going on with that batch of ammo. Alright, let's do this one. OG MC9 at 7 yards. Happy with it. It's consistent, most of it is touching, but I think I brushed it a little bit. And RM1C, no comp. Again. Something's going on with this ammo. Chamber with having trouble trusting this. I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't know why. Very, very nice shooting.
The groups were more tight with the ported one than the non-ported one. But in terms of shootability, I have to admit, and this didn't even bother me. Like if I had this and I went to try out the ported version, it wouldn't have made that much change. Granted, this one it felt a little bit more. I guess the recoil felt slightly lighter, but To me, this is again a personal opinion. To me, it didn't make a whole lot of a difference. For example, between the non-ported MC9 and the MC9 Prime, there was a huge difference for me, like on the feel of the gun. This one, meh, I was shooting them back to back. I would shoot one, this one, and then change the slide, shoot this one, and I reversed that, and still, no, I didn't feel that much of a difference between the two. So that was a thing. But and when I was trying to be accurate, now mind you, these barrels are rated. They say they are match barrels, and the accuracy was pretty good. Especially my last trip. On my last trip, I really started. This thing started to grow on me because the first few trips, I was iffy about it. I was like, "Is this thing worth it? Is it not?" And yeah, that's why I ended up. The last couple of trips were pretty good, so that's why I ended up uh, giving it a light because I will definitely be carrying this. And I ran approximately through each upper, approximately 300 to 400 rounds on each upper. Yeah, I was busy. I gave both of them a fair shake, to be honest. And yeah, I do like them both. And it wouldn't matter which one, like depending on depending on your budget, you can go each way and you won't be going wrong. And the gun itself, it feels really great in the hand. I'm not gonna lie. This thing, I spent a good amount of time with it, and the more I practice with it, the better I'm getting at handling the recoil, and well, not really handling the recoil, but like especially pointing and hitting my target, and uh, managing the recoil and all that stuff, and getting better at that. And I gotta say, this thing is worth it. Yeah, it's worth it for the price, especially, but not just for the price. This is a very solid gun, and it's American made. Literally, I haven't had a single. I forgot about to talk about. I forgot to talk about malfunctions. I don't think I got any malfunctions. I might have. If I did, I will. Um, Let me think. I don't know. Maybe I had one or two, like at the beginning, especially at, I don't know which one, but I maybe I had a couple malfunctions, but that's breaking period. Like that's the first few hundred shots. So I think I got one malfunctions on each of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but that was like the first 50 rounds or so. So, uh, you know, of course, you have to shoot at least 200 rounds. I recommend people shoot at least 200 rounds before they start carrying any gun. Doesn't matter whether it's a Glock or whether, whatever MMP, whatever you think is reliable. You have to put in at least like a couple hundred before you feel comfortable carrying it. And um, but in the last, I would say 4 or 5 range trips, nothing. I haven't had any issues with these. So, like in terms of reliability, both of them are very reliable. All in all, in conclusion, uh, would I recommend this to a person in the market? Yes, definitely. And this is a nice little carry gun. It's pretty compact, and yeah, I think it is worth it. I think it is worth considering. And for the price, it is a steal. I'm not exaggerating. It is a steal. There are other comp guns that are uh, comparable with price. I believe CZ came out. That the CZ P10 C is another one that just came out with a ported slide. I don't own any CZs. I personally want to get the Nocturne. I have been looking to get that, but I don't want to get like a new one. I want to get it for a deal. So yeah, if and when I get that one, I will do a video about that. But with that said, like coming back, focusing to the point, the CZ, I haven't tried the CZ yet. Um, I'm trying to move away from just getting every new gun and just collecting things that I find interesting and things that are of not of value, but like value purchases. I'm looking for more value purchases instead of just getting every new gun that comes out. So yeah. With that said, yeah, if you're in the market and you're looking into the Ross Martin, I personally say go for it. It is it is pretty accurate. It's very reliable, and I tried both. I'm comfortable to say it is reliable because I tried two different types of slides from them, and they're both working fine. No, they were both reliable. I think maybe I had one on each, so and that's expected. Um, so yeah, I would say go for it. And the two, between the two, which one I would pick? I would, me personally, I picked the ported one because it's just slightly softer shooting. But if I don't want to spend like the extra $50, this is this is as good. This is just as good. And I personally like ported guns, so that's why I'm gonna be keeping it in this formation, and this is gonna be in my safe. Of course, I'm gonna be taking off the the optic and keep it. I'm gonna keep it iron. But just I put this thing is on here just to give it a fair shake in the comparison, and it held its own. That's all I gotta say about that. It held its own. I wonder how everybody's experience is with Ross Martin. So if you have any experience, drop it there. They didn't have any Reddit page, so I created one for them. So you can just go and join the Reddit group, and if you have any questions, drop it there. And Ross Martin, you're welcome. I created a Reddit thread for y'all because you didn't have one, and I had questions, especially regarding the plates. I wanted to know if there were any third-party plates, but there weren't. And I'll be fair, their prices are so reasonable. Ross Martin prices are so reasonable, and yeah, I know I'm complaining about their plate systems, but their prices are so reasonable. So we I mean, my complaint is more of a practical problem than saying that they're pinching pennies or they're gouging us for money. It's more of like it is more practical to just put it on the slide because these plates are like $25, which is super affordable. They're all metal. I think they're made from the same material this slide is made from. Um, and it's a solid, it's very chunky, but it's a solid build. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, drop it in the comment section. And, subscribe if you want to. Uh, Other than that, thank you. Peace.